Network on Zingo TV channel 251. Please remember to download both the Barn Burner and Zingo TV apps in their respective app stores on iOS and Android devices. While you download, make sure you rate and leave a comment. Both apps are free. Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire and Fire TV sticks, Roku and Roku sticks, and also on all smart TVs 2016 and forward. And tonight I have singer, songwriter, performer, producer, and former singer of the Wailers band, Dwayne Anglin. He goes by Danglin once, and he's here. Welcome to the show, Danglin. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You notice I had to steal your one more once before you said it, eh?
Yeah. Can't say it. You can't say it one more.
Danglin.
For real.
Oh my gosh, it's been a while. It's been a while. But what is going on with you? How you holding down in this COVID and this lockdown and all these things?
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2020 is something for the ages, you know. I don't think any of us at the beginning of this year thought we would be here in November in this capacity and this uncertainty, not knowing what the future might bring. And, you know, for us, especially as musicians and artists, you know, not being able to perform the way we wanted. I mean, it's like an adjustment for everybody, but at the same time, I'm really grateful just to be alive right now. If you really make it throughout this year, you really have to give special thanks because so many lives lost and so much tragedy. So I'm just really grateful to still be here, and I'm grateful that you're here. You know, it's truly a privilege to be alive in these times.
Trust me, it's crazy times. And even over here right now, they might go into a lockdown again. It's unfortunate because people are just not following the protocol. If they would just do what you're supposed to do, you wouldn't be going back and forth, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. It's just madness. But it's a different time now and we have to work with it.
Of course.
Yeah. So you're there and I got to big up before we even start going. Paul Casket, Groove Galore, you and him are such a good team and putting out some wicked music. Talk about the first one right now that you dropped just recently was Miss 2020.
That song is hilarious to me. Miss 2020 is just so funny. I met Paul, and I really have to go through the history of it because it was so surreal for me. Because I remember going to Jamaica in 2007, right? And I heard this track by Tessan Singh, Hideaway, right?
Yeah,
And this song just blew me away. The production, her vocals, everything, the guitar, the drums, and everything. Who produced this? Who played the drums? Who played the guitar? Who produced it? I already know the vocals was spectacular. So in 2010, when I was touring with Wailers, our tour was in Brazil, and Paul was playing for Kimani and all at the time. So it was us and Kimani, Wailers, Kimani, Big Mountain, Carlton Cafe, and I think Pato Bantan. It was a really nice tour. But the whole tour actually spent watching Paul Cafe side stage. That's all I did the whole tour. Just watching side stage. And I got his number and everything, never called him. So in 2016,
I'm too busy.
Two songs. But you know, I didn't find the song that I felt was suited for his talent and for his capability. I wanted to find songs that when you hear the song, you know, that would be it. So I called him in 2016, sent him a message actually, and told him that I have 2 songs I wanted to record. So at the time, luckily, you know, Paul is never in Jamaica. He's never in one place for more than, you know, a certain amount of time. So luckily for me, I was in Jamaica at the time, and when I texted him, he said he was coming to Kingston to rehearse with the 809 band. Now at the time, I wanted him and I wanted Ron that play guitar for Steve Marley, which is my cousin, and I wanted Kelly that play bass for Raging Fire. And it just so happened that everyone was in Kingston that day. So when I called everybody was ready to go. We went into the studio and we did This Lifetime. That was the first song that we recorded in
Yeah.
studio, and that at that time he was just playing drums. He was just
Mhm.
coming in to play drums, and then so throughout the while what I was hoping for during the time is that he would hear the song and the producer in him would make him want to be a part of it. So, steady, just I watch him throughout the process because I'm of course I'm directing the band and I'm doing all the arrangements and stuff like that. But I'm watching to see if he can because I'm not gonna say no to anything. So right after that, he come up to me and said, "Listen, I want the percussion on this song because I know
Yeah.
exactly what it means. Send it to me." So then with the next song, the next day he couldn't stay. So we said, "Okay, we do it the next day." So we did Paper Soldier the next day.
Yeah.
And I would say maybe a week later, I was in Montego Bay with Paul at his house, just going over a whole bunch of ideas. And by the time we did about maybe 7 songs within a few weeks.
Yeah.
And that's where it all started. And we've been working together.
Well, we got to talk about, like you said, this lifetime. I just want my viewers to know, Danglin, go check out the video on YouTube. It's out there. And Paper Soldiers as well. That video is out there. And this lifetime was a total different style for you.
Um, that was the first song that I actually produced a live band, like a whole big band with hand section and everything like that.
Yes.
This is the song that I wanted to do because it kind of encompasses all the different kind of genres that I like,
Yes.
and it's just I don't like to be restricted, even though I'm a regular artist. I don't like to be restricted, especially in production and
Yes.
writing music. So this lifetime kind of represents who Danglin is as a producer, as a songwriter, and just as a musician, as a talent, someone who you want to read a broader scope of people. Just and it's just that song where every time I listen to it, I don't have any changes. It's about
Yeah.
one of the few songs that I listen. I say, "Oh, I could have done that different." This lifetime is one of the songs I say, "Yo, I did my best."
No, you did. No, the reason why I say that is because, like I said, it's out of your style, but that just shows that you're versatile. That's why I said that, because you're not stuck in one genre. So,
Yeah.
and then like we want to talk about this lifetime, I said already, and then you also did Time to Shine. That's another video out now as well
Mhm.
with Paul. That Paul
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Prove the Lord.
Because
We keep talking to my viewers so I can say who he is. If
Zingo,
they're not
yeah.
know, you talked a little bit about Paul. Well, Paul Castick is one of the baddest drummers out there. He's played for Maxi Priest, or plays for Maxi Priest, Diana King, Big Mountain, and the list
Mhm.
goes on and on. And that's
Shaggy, 809, so many
809.
people.
He's
Crazy.
like
Yeah.
a big respect, and of course made the big hit Tessa and Chin song Hideaway, like Danglin said. So
Mhm.
there was Time to Shine, another video out
Yeah.
now, and
Mhm.
the Paper Soldiers, of course. So
Mhm.
I want to talk about, go back to the days like before, how you got in the music. We know, say you're born in Jamaica already.
Of course. Yeah.
So the days of how you came about in the music and your journey.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of one of those people that probably subconsciously wanted to do music, but never really took the step to doing that younger. A lot of people do it, start know what they want, exactly what they want to do at a very early age. For me, I was on a different path when music became like the thing to do for me, like my chosen profession. So early out, I was always a music lover because my father used to play records. We growing up
Mhm.
in music and we play records and with a little music and sing and scratch. Well, a lot of I used to listen to a lot of 50s music growing up. Um, One of my favorite songs growing up was "Chances Are" by Johnny Mathis.
Mhm.
Right. So I was a avid music listener of the golden oldies,
Yeah.
Lou Rawls and Nat King Cole and Fats Domino. So I used to listen to McGuire, sister, Paddy Page. I used to listen to all of that. So that kind of had an influence on me as a songwriter, but without me knowing it. So
Yes.
So I went through that whole time in Jamaica without liking her, right? And migrating to the US, I went through high school without liking her, right? So then I joined the military, I joined the Navy, and I got
Yes.
stationed in Yokosuka, Japan. And
Yes.
so I was stationed on a ship, the USS Curtis Wilbur, DD 54. So when I got on the ship, I was an engineer. So everyone has to do a menial duty, food service duty for 3 months when you first arrive on the ship, depending on your rank. And I was lower rank because I just got in the military. So they
Yeah.
put me in the trash. They put me in the room, the trash room, where all the trash. So I was in charge of dumping all the trash and pulping all the trash overboard, melting all the plastic, shredding all the cans and all of that. And I did that for 3 months,
Yeah.
right? So while I was in the trash room was a problem space for a lot of the captain on, because the guy that was there before used to keep really bad. So there was always complaints about the trash room prior to me getting there. So,
Yes.
but you know, how Jamaicans here, we floor shine despite how small the house is. This any little space where we have, we make sure say it decent. So when them say trash room, it's all right, no problem. So we go down there and we yardify the trash room. You
Yeah.
understand? The trash room now become hospitable. The trash room was so clean. The trash room was awarded the cleanest space on the ship, and I was after 3 months I was given they call it a NAM, a Navy Achievement Medal for the work that I did in the trash room. So now
Okay.
how the trash room ties into the music is that after the first 3 4 days or so I cleaned it up. So then it was just functioning now, trash coming, trash out. So I
Yeah.
had a lot of time. So
Hmm.
the trash room became so clean that people started to hang out in the trash. So when you have nothing to do, and I'm down there, people just come down here and talk. So there was a group on the ship, a rap group called BBC, and one of the lead rappers, his name was Joe Black at the time. So they used to come down here and rap all the time and rap, you know. So
Yes.
it was a youth where he can sing as well. You know, one of those guys that can sing, kind of like Joe. One of those guys who, hold melodies and things like that. So he was singing, but he
Yeah.
was singing this Glenn Lewis song. I think
Oh,
Glenn Lewis is Canadian, right?
yes. That's
So
Glenn. Did you know
so
that Glenn Ricketts' son?
Glenn Rickson, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So they were
Yes.
singing the "Don't You Forget It" of that album. We were singing that song, and I never like when that sing the song. So me come in now and start sing the song
Show them how
with
to do
like
it.
so right and say you can't hold too much, man. You can sing it. I'm gonna say yeah, look. So they must say them looking for somebody to sing some choruses, but it's something I never done before, you know.
Yeah.
When growing up, I used to, sing here and there just to get some girl attention or something like that. But it was no,
But
you
nothing
know,
serious.
nothing too, more than that. So then we start to, but what I mentioned to them, I said, well, I don't really, probably can sing the chorus them and the hook them where you guys write, but I don't write. I said, I
Yeah.
don't write music, so I don't know. So the youth said, all right, listen, this is the idea. And then so I wrote a chord, the first hook, then love it. So after that, we just start writing, and I just start writing. And for 3 months, I just start writing. But at the beginning, it was just R&B. I was just doing R&B, depressing R&B. So I didn't know why they were so depressing. But I used to write a lot of depressing R&B at the time.
You needed some
And then
girls on the ship.
I'm not telling you, that's probably why. There were a few, but not much to look at. No, Miss 2020, no one upon
They look too manly.
that. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that. So, so after that, it was like I should keep writing and keep writing. And then we did our song. We were supposed to be a compilation. I don't remember the song, but instead of doing a R&B verse or chorus, I just did a reggae verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, just yard and say, enough of it. I'm just and from then on, nobody want to hear that. Say, yo, listen, this is what we want to do on all the hooks there. And then I ended up recording a demo, like a reggae demo album with some That's when I met Mason
Yeah, I
from
was
Rebel
looking at
Soul.
with you being on there, you
Yeah.
got to travel someplace.
Hmm.
You end up in Japan, Hong Kong, Korea,
Yeah. So
Australia.
that so being stationed in Japan, that Mason was in Japan at the time, and he had
Okay,
a
that's
studio bar. Yeah, he had a studio and a bar at the time. So,
okay.
so that's where we went to record. And actually, when we went there to record, I was doing record. That's the first time I ever recorded anything.
Okay.
And then Mason used to sing in an a cappella group, right? So they used to make money like that. So he said, listen, come in and come sing with this a cappella group. And we went to this mall for Christmas and sing with this UFC fighter. His name was Bob Sapp, really
Okay.
big guy. So I think it's Warren Sapp's brother, right?
Okay.
And we sang with him, and so that's how me and Mason and the whole Rebel Source came together. And from there, I was just doing just reggae. So then I came back to the US, 2000, I think that was 2006, and
Okay.
then I started doing, but couldn't find any production,
Yeah.
right? So that was the problem, and the stuff that we had done in Japan was nice, but it was more of a demo level. You know what I mean? We were
Mhm.
at a demo level at the time. So
Yeah.
that's when I really started producing a few things for myself. But it wasn't like traditional reggae stuff. I was doing a lot of mixtape stuff because during that time it was just a lot of rap and everything going on in Philadelphia. So I was doing a lot of mixtape stuff. So it just evolved. But say you do reggae and the hip hop tracks, like I'll take a Pharrell track and just put some a reggae tune, a dancehall tune on it, and we put a mixtape together and things. So and that mixtape, carry me to Houston to perform, to Atlanta, to LA, and different places. But
So,
eventually I have to reach back to Jamaica, and I think I went back to Jamaica to really focus on the music. Well, 2008.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
2008.
when you went back to the States, you just put out little mixtapes here and there, you said.
Yeah, I was doing mixtapes and some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was mixing at that time. I was mixing dancehall with hip hop because I was rapping. I was doing everything.
Yeah.
The state of confusion, but it's just a process.
Yeah. And I think when you ended up going back to Jamaica, I think that was probably around the time I met you when down
Yeah.
there. Yeah. It was
Mm-hmm.
what,
Right.
2008? What did you say?
Yeah,
That you were?
around, yeah, about then. Yeah, around about
Yeah.
then,
And you were with
2008.
Mason there. You were,
Yeah.
that's when I met Mason as well. And
Mm-hmm.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the first song I heard you do or heard or the recording was Jamaica We Love.
Oh yeah.
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 You forgot about that one?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the
Just
one.
never know.
Yeah.
Jamaica was my born and girl. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time.
Yeah. That one was
That
with
that
Mason.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we did
Yeah.
a few songs together before he left. That one ended up. There was a one before that called Heavenly Father that we had
Yes.
done, but that wasn't with Mason. That was with Fata from Gussie Clark Studio. Remember, Fata used to engineer for Gussie
Yeah.
Clark. Yeah, he produced that. He produced that. I don't remember what the name of that rhythm was, but he produced that. So at that time, we were just looking to collaborate and to jump on any rhythm you could jump on at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Because again, and then you write your stuff too, and in your songwriting that you do infuses pop, R&B, hip hop, jazz, funk, and world
Yeah.
music, basically
Everything.
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 Very
Yeah.
versatile. I remember when I heard that because when I met you, you're kind of quiet. Well, I'm not the yuckiest either. Then I just meet
Hmm.
people, but you were just quiet. And I remember Mason playing that, and I'm like, that's him.
Hmm.
I was like, that's Danglin. Get out.
Right.
And I said, yeah, nice. I like it. So you returned to Jamaica and
Hmm.
you had that going on and that, but we got to talk about what it was like because we both know what song really put you on the map and made you notice was Excuse Me, Miss Bobby
Oh
Digital
yeah.
Dixie.
Oh man.
Yes.
Ah, before I remember I met when going back to that same story when we were doing the mixtape
Yeah.
when I was doing the round mixtape. I remember I flew from Houston to Atlanta and did this show in Atlanta, and it came out, and then we after the show came outside, and I remember meeting this youth outside, and them say, singer, and wicked R&B singer as well as just a reggae. So then
Yeah.
I got when I was going to Jamaica, I got introduced to Danny Champagne. Um,
Okay.
yeah, they said go and link Danny Champagne. So I got a link for Danny Champagne to go down. And so when I went down to Jamaica, so Ezra was there at the studio, at Danny
Big up
Champagne
Ezzy.
studio.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which
So
studio, Bobby?
no, Danny Champagne
Oh,
studio.
sorry.
I
Okay, go
think
ahead.
I think he was living up in Nabucco, Jaffrey, somewhere. I
Hmm.
went up there. So that's when I seen Ezra again. That's when I seen him again. And then we started to communicate from there. And I remember doing a song called Baby Mother. Baby Mother called me. And I sent him the song. So at that time I had no really access to anybody, any radio producers. I didn't have any other. So at the time, so I sent the Baby Mother card from to Ezra, and he loved the song, and he sent it to Big A. So at
Nice.
the time, yeah, so at the time, the rhythm that it was on was a dancehall rhythm. At the time when I went on the rhythm, because I remember it was me and Mason in in H.E.R, and we got the rhythm from the producer, and it was a juggling rhythm. And them say, all right, I guess they never expect me to because but the drive from H.E.R to Kingston at that time was about a little bit over about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So we played the CD, and I wrote the song on the way up, and I recorded it. So within 2 hours, I sent the song to the producer email. So we're
Yeah.
done, and he called me back and said, "Yo, mad. So what happened now is that time now the rhythm to release, the rhythm supposed to release now. At the time when I went on the rhythm, there was only about 3 songs on the rhythm.
Yeah.
About 21 songs later, and the
21.
song is about 21. I'm not even exaggerating. So then I hear the rhythm on the radio, and I
Yeah.
remember hearing a Capleton fire on it. And I said, "Whoa!" So I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna get a spin.
Yeah.
My song didn't even make the cut. So
Oh,
then, so after I sent it to Ezra, Ezra sent it to Big A, and Big A heard it, and he loved the song. So I'm driving, and I hear the Capleton, and then I hear, yeah, I hear my voice. So Big A loved the tune and the place, and DJ Wayne, yeah, link him and get the song. So so that's Ezra was the first person who really um kind of introduced me to that sector. Even though
yes.
Mason and I had gotten to some people, like we had known some people from Irish them gotten to masters. But as far as getting just legitimizing who I am as an artist and songwriter, everyone was one of the ones to stand up and say, yeah, you but and he was the one that brought me to Bobby Digital. He brought me
Uh,
over there to Bobby Digital, and they gave me two rhythms. And I honestly don't even remember the next song on the other rhythm. But when once wrote "Excuse Me, Miss," and then he sing it, I'm gonna say, which one of these? And he said, yeah, go with this "Excuse Me." Cool. And when I went around there and Bobby, I can't, Bobby G starts to the always crowded.
yeah.
So nervous actually. So this is like a test, to see, what's gonna happen here. Ernie, I remember guitarist Ernie was there. I don't even remember if One Blood. He got One Blood. I don't think One Blood was there that day, but there was a lot of people there. And I
Yeah.
started recording. So, you can see through the glass and think to see. And the studio is small, but for some reason a lot of people can see it. So when I
Yes.
look out now, I'm recording, and I just like maybe there were two people in there, just me, Bobby, and somebody else.
Yes.
So then by the time I get to the chorus, there was maybe about 14 people in the studio, right? And then all I'm hearing is different people giving me input and everything. And then by the time we get to the bridge, the studio full,
Yes. They're
just
like,
full
oh,
of people, and right, and then you come out and it's just like it was like a commentary. People are talking about the part of the song, and then when because you know the song when we say oh you look so good, I could have wear your mama feed you. After the mama feed your line dropped, the whole place just
fall
and it was
over.
kind of like sometimes it was kind of like you're here now. This is your Christian, So big up your
Yes.
eyes, man, and R.I.P. to the great, the God, Bobby Digital, Yeah, man, music. For
Yes,
real,
already I have mad respect for Hezron. He's my
Oh man.
favorite singer, and that's why I rate him too, because like not many male artists will go and help another one. So I rate him big time for that, and you guys became good friends. And I know when I was down
Hmm.
there, you guys worked out together. You're like
Yeah,
disciplined, bud.
yeah. When I met, because when I remember him from Atlanta, and he was sick then. But when I
Yeah.
came out to Jamaica, he was fat as run. When I saw him, I thought fat as run. So I say, yo, come, let's go to the
Let's go.
yeah. Yeah, and in work and did anything else, and if it's quite different. And so that was the running joke. So
Yes.
we would look at that picture and say, "Oh, because I call myself Fat Dangling too. Whenever I get out the hand,
Yeah.
I say, no, yeah, Fat Dangling's gotta go, man.
Yeah. You got the
Yeah,
discipline from being in the Navy.
yeah. I mean, that's a part of it, but it's just something we have to just know that it's a part of life and a part of health as well. So it's not just about the what's in the mirror. It's a functional, building a functional body and being able to be here for your family. That's a big
Yes.
part of it. Yeah.
And before I get off of the topic, like you said, you said a little bit about doing Excuse Me Miss with Bobby. Anything else you want to say about Bobby Digital?
Oh man, honestly, Bobby Digital is so much. The biggest thing I think with Bobby for me is groove, tempo. Like this is such a masterful producer with that in that regard. He knows exactly the tempo the song should be and how you're supposed to deliver your vocal, how you're supposed to sit on the rhythm. Oh, it's just great. I learned a lot being at the studio with Bobby Digital, just watching him direct the musicians and everything like that. And he got to the point where he would call me and tell me to come in and just come sit in and say, sometimes he even say, what, one song where you probably don't have a rhythm for and thing like that, and musicians would produce their own, what I have. So and him have quite a few dangling, in his repertoire when he passed. So I'm just grateful that I was a part of that.
Uh, you mean that was finished, or they're sitting there to be finished?
Songs that were finished, yeah. Songs that
Oh,
were
okay.
finished, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. I know he's the best. He gave me Love Thing in
Mm.
'93, and that's still on the Real Rock Rhythm. That was a one
Right,
punch and a one take on my side, so I understand the pressure.
right,
I didn't
of
even know
course.
he pressed record, and I was like sweating. Let me impress him, so I know exactly
Mm.
what you're talking about.
Yeah,
He,
man.
he
Yeah,
did the come
it
out of
was.
the booth, and I thought it wasn't good. And he goes, "You're
Uh-huh.
good, one take," and I was like, "I didn't even know you pushed the button."
Right.
But I know
Yeah, a
it's the
great
pressure
producer.
that makes you do so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
only got
yeah.
one opportunity to impress him, so I know
Oh yeah, oh
exactly what you're talking about.
yeah.
So you had another song before we get back. We're going to go back there, but Nappy Head is also another one that you recently released that did very
Yeah.
well for you as well.
Mm-hmm. JTMC, that was Joanna Marie and Tony down in Florida. Those are Catholic people too. I went down there to do the VP showcase that they
Okay.
have. So
Yeah.
I went down there just to do that. I just went there don't just to do that, and I went to just I guess once we met the first once we met and then I went over to Sir Rockwell to do his interview and then just interaction with Joanna and Tony. Then we instantly become best friends. and so we were riding in the car, and at the
Yeah.
time they had the rhythm. They only had the youth from the Asian youth, Zio. He was singing "The Love I Can Feel" because he did a brilliant cover of the song on the juggling. So that was the only track that was on there at the time. So then I heard the track, and I always loved that video. And I
Hmm.
said, I just start singing. And then, I listen out for you, boy, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then that's it.
Just boom.
Yeah. And we recorded it before I left. Actually, the day after the showcase, we went to the studio, recorded it, and
Yeah.
and then I drove, because I drove down the road. So it was like a 19-hour drive. And I left 2 o'clock in the morning and drove back to Jersey. So
Uh,
not here. Yeah, not here. It's yeah, it's one of those songs because I like to listen to my songs and laugh. If
yeah.
you have to have some kind of emotion, either you cry or you laugh or you sad, something you have to do something. So not is one of those songs that make me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
had one, and forgive me, you're on a juggling with Hezron, and it was you're gonna kill me. I'm trying to remember the song, and I loved it so much. Dance the Night Away. Am I messing up
Oh
with the title of?
wow, you know what? That's so crazy because that I love
Am
that
I
that
right on
whole
the title?
juggling was yeah. That's another
Yeah.
way. You know what? And he had a song on there that was pretty cool. How was it you? Was it you? It was called, I think. And then
I play
Limey
them
Murray
back to
had another.
back, and I couldn't
And
remember. It was
Limey Murray
Dance
had
with You,
one.
and yours or him. So I can't remember the name.
Yeah, that's another way. That was you.
That one
Yeah,
is one of my.
yeah,
I love that one.
yeah.
Just the rhythm and
Wow.
everything. It's so
I
smooth.
wouldn't even. Oh, that was such I think Limey had something to do with that because he had a song called Jamaica on that I really like.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Tammy
yeah,
Murray.
that dance tonight away, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
a
that's
big
another
tune.
one. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I still play that on air.
oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm stuck in the old days. I try to get up with the program, but I just have my favorites that I just hold on to. I don't know. That's
Hey,
just me.
that's why people you have different people go to different DJs with different vibes and different moods. So maybe if
Yeah.
they want to dance tonight away, they have to come to you. So that's cool. You don't have to be like everybody else.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah,
them.
for real.
And there's
Yeah.
give me give me some. You're gonna get. I'm trying to remember. There's another one. Jeez, I'm the worst with the titles. You have So
Wait,
Blessed. That was recent.
oh yeah, that was another um working class music. Yeah, that was another. Actually, he was the one who engineered Napier.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the one that engineered Napier. And then based on that, he linked Paul and said, "Yo, Paul, link your artist and say, give me a thing." And
Yeah.
that was a fun reading. That was I just like the fun aspect of it. It just had
Yeah.
a nice upful vibe. So the So Blessed was something that come out natural.
Yeah. So when you go back to you work with Bobby and you and Hezron hanging out, take it from there. And what was next for you?
Um, after that, after Excusing This, I did another song with Bobby Digital, which was kind of like on the same vibe. And never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight. My lady, you remind me of an angel.
Yeah, that's the
And I
one.
never see you look to do that. You got me losing my mind. There's another one that we did, and
That
that
was
was the
Bobby?
next song. Yeah,
I didn't know
that
that
was
one. I play it.
that was. Oh really?
That's
I
is
don't even know.
Nikki Bolt's on that. Nikki
Nikki.
Bird, right? I play it. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was Bobby.
Yeah, Nikki. Who's singing background? I think
Yeah,
it's Fiona singing. I
no,
think
I think
Fiona.
Nikki has a track on that rhythm.
Oh, the same rhythm, right? Yeah,
Yes.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
You remind
Yeah.
me
So that
of
was the next. Yeah.
that
Yeah,
was
that
a
was
big
supposed.
tune, that one there.
Yeah, so that was supposed to go. The next tune that was gonna focus on, and then that's when the invitation for the to join the Wheelers group came.
Yes, so
2010, about
we gotta
9
talk about that to my viewers. As you can see behind Danglin is the legend Bob Marley, and it
Oh
was
yeah,
what year, after all this Danglin's been doing, I'm just showing my viewers how life is funny. You come into this thing not really saying you want to be a singer. He decides to sing. Years later, he is picked up to be the lead vocalist of the Wailers. Talk about that with the year you started with the Wailers.
So I started 2010, which is Excuse Me was released summer 2009, and
Okay.
around I would say March of 2010, I get the first call from Wheelers. Um, they didn't get me at first. They didn't get through to me at first, because at the time, really, I wasn't even. I was just steady trying to get this other single out, and the video did so well in Jamaica at the time that I was building momentum, going to the
Yeah.
street dance.
As a
As we
solo
was, I mean,
artist.
yeah, at the time, yeah, Ezra was in the street a lot. We're doing
Yeah.
everything. We're doing office party. We're doing any little thing, and
Yes.
at the time. So it's like so when I got the call, um, it was a decision to make, and then they said, well, just come and just hold a vibe and see how you like the vibration. And so they flew me out to Utah, Park City, Utah, and they had a show that night, so I went there. But at the time, they had two listeners there, so I
Okay.
was confused. I didn't understand what was going on. So when I got there, I saw Ivad and Coolant was there. Coolant I just got there probably a month before that, and so when I got there, the next that night they was on tour. So the tour bus went to Vegas the next day,
Okay.
right? Went to Las Vegas. So I observed maybe 2 or 3 shows before I actually went on stage. And I think they had 6 shows left when I arrived there, and I did the last three. And but honestly, I never really I probably sang one Bob Marley song. I like probably 2 years prior to that, I went on stage at Culture Yard at the Bob Marley celebration and did not come. That was the only time I ever did a Bob Marley song.
Yeah.
I've never done one in any capacity. I just love the songs, love musical idol and everything. But I never even really thought about any of his music, covering any of his music or anything like that.
Yeah.
So when I went there, so it was a little different, just to be on stage and to do that. So then when we went home, after that, I got a call from the Whalers manager saying, listen, if you want the job is yours. And they're saying it's gonna be two leads because I
Okay.
guess Ivan was moving on, but because the work is so much, they like to keep more than one lead singer because the work is so much that
Yeah.
sometimes people get sick and all different things, and the show must go on. So we had two, and so then I started. We did a couple weeks. We did a couple weeks, and then Coolant had to leave to go do something. So the final show of the tour is just me. And then maybe a year later, it was just me for about 2 or 3 years. It was just me doing like 200 shows a year, um, all over the world, all the continents, maybe
Is
about
that
60 something countries. Yeah, and
1,200 shows
mhm, maybe more.
and you never get sick one of them?
I got sick a lot of them.
Oh,
You know what's funny about
no, I
singing?
know you to be
It's
a
such,
healthy person, so when you're working out and you're on top of
but
that.
this is the thing, right? Because I remember one time we were in Minneapolis, and we it was negative 30, 32 degrees, and then
Wow.
after the show, about 3 a.m. in the morning, we flew to Brazil to somewhere in Brazil, right? And it was 100 and maybe 110 degrees, so it's a difference of 142 degrees in less than a day.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah.
so it's hard not because I remember doing a House of Blues in South Carolina with a ear infection, right? And I
Oh,
couldn't
geez.
hear anything. Yeah, I couldn't hear anything in my inner ear, and I had to perform for 2 hours.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I had so so much different things. Same thing happened. Something happened to me in Colombia where I had my jaw was this big from having some tooth problems. It
You
was
look like
just
a chipmunk
I had
on
to
stage.
I had to perform to my left. I had to perform to my left. The whole show. It's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
So I mean, there's
Say
so
what,
much
what,
go
what do
on
we
there.
say? It's not an easy road. Them see the
No, it's
glamour
not.
and the glitter.
Man, it's so crazy. The touring is so much fun and so much hardship. Like people don't even understand how much you don't get no sleep, how much you're dead hungry with money in your pocket. It's one of the worst things to be hungry with
Yeah,
money in
you
your
don't
pocket.
even get time to
It's
stop and
crazy.
get something decent. You got to keep
No,
moving.
but you remember being in Europe, you have the siesta thing. So, if you fly somewhere, you get there at 3 in the afternoon. The hotel, restaurant is closed, and all the businesses in the local area are closed. They don't open till maybe 5 o'clock. So for those 2 hours, if you don't have some tough crackers or something, you're gonna feel it.
If it's a book with
You're
some
gonna-
crackers.
I'm telling you, me, they used to call me Rossi Miniman. They used to call me. Cause my bag always full of things.
Go to Danglin, Danglin have food. Him
I,
have some stash
yeah,
around there.
remember me there, Brazil, I sell bulla. I sell bulla, $5 for one bulla. I carry a bag of bulla.
Everybody, everybody come with their money, they're
Five
ready.
dollar for a bulla, man. Yeah. Rossi
That's
Miniman.
too funny. Well,
Yeah,
I was just going to say
different.
any funny stories on the road. That's one of them right there.
Too many,
Oh my
too
gosh.
many, too many stories. Too many stories. I know I think today is family man's birthday, so happy birthday to family man. Blessed
Uh,
birthday.
and
Yeah, I
I'm
think it
sure
was
for you,
either today or yesterday. Either
happy
today or
birthday, family man. Big respect always to the elders. And
yesterday.
I mean, for you, that's something that you will carry with you because you got to work with some of the best and the
Yeah.
greatest being with the whalers. You know, it's a experience that I'm sure you hold close to you.
Yeah, it kind of helped to define and to give my music a purpose as far as just experiencing just how gratifying it is to do um, meaningful and positive music that impact people and affect people in a positive way. Just performing bad songs and see how the reaction all over the world. Um, it inspires you to want to do something like some version of something like that, not necessarily trying to duplicate or to replicate his path or his purpose, but finding your own and your own niche to try to establish your own legacy. So that
Yes.
was, I think, it helped to shape. Yeah, of course, it builds performance, build my vocals, build my writing, and it inspired me to pick up a guitar. Even though people had mentioned it before, because I remember Tony Rebel told me one time, a man with a voice like this, you need to at least can play some acoustic guitar or something. So that was one of the things that gave me the opportunity to learn some chords here and there and to be able to help my writing and all these things. So just to experience and to work with so many great musicians on the road, you know, and get to look behind you and see, Family Man and Keith Sterling and sometimes even Wire, sometimes
Yeah.
Donald Kingsley, Robbie Lynn, so many different people. You
Robbie.
see, and you're there on a show and you look and Sly and Robbie right there, and you know, sometimes Timon, sometimes even been on stage with Lionel and Masterpiece and certain different people. These people I grew up like. Masterpiece is my favorite. Always been my favorite singer. My
Yeah.
favorite reggae singer growing up. Yeah, Masterpiece always been.
Maxi.
Lauren
Thank
Hill.
you. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
Lauren
that
Hill.
performance. That
Man.
was a nice picture
hmm
of you guys on the Instagram. You, Maxi, and Lauren Hill, Maxi Priest and Lauren
Yeah.
Hill. Very nice.
Yeah. So I mean, so those things in itself we really have to be grateful and just respect the honor and the privilege to be a part of any to be a part of that and just to be mentioning that. Sometimes it's surreal. But but at the same time, you know that you have to pursue your solo thing so you can establish your own legacy. But that really doesn't nullify the fact that that was a part of the journey and that was a special part of the journey.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say for you. I'm sure it was hard to leave that and now do your solo, go back to the solo artist that you want to be. And another track that you wrote that was so perfect for what exactly you just said, Keep On Believing.
Oh yeah. That now, that song is the song that maybe um people reach out to me the most.
Yeah,
Just to tell me how much the song means. I remember being at that Bobby studio um a couple years after that song, maybe couple years after it was released, and somebody saw me coming in, walking in,
yeah,
right? And I remember the guy was up. What kind of tree that? Is that apple? Is a ackee tree?
oh, did he
What kind
send
of
you up
tree
the
that?
tree too?
No, it wasn't. No, somebody was in the tree. So the
Yes,
person in the tree said, so the person in the tree said, "Oh, that Ezran," and and then him look go down and say, "Oh, they must say, oh, them are too many a favor, someone." And then the brother said, "No, man, I Danglin." And then so then him say, "Danglin," he said, "Are you sing the song when you keep on believing?"
yeah.
I'm say, "Yeah." Man, so him say, "Man, all when me hungry." So him say, "Man, all when me hungry, man, hear the song in my belly full, you know."
Aw,
Yeah, him say me, and then now I remember getting I was talking to a virgin, big up Stampede, talking to
Stampede.
Stampede. Yeah, so Stampede always communicate with different people. So somebody from jail called Stampede, and I'm
Okay.
talking about to Stampede. So then I'm talking to Stampede. Say, yeah, me there, me and Danglin. And him tell this to the person, say, yo, give Danglin the phone, man. Right? And he say, yo, you see that song when we keep on believing, it'll go on good in there,
Yes.
it'll go on good in there.
Mhm.
So it's like, so when you hear things like that, I hear different people always say this and that. And every time I perform it, the reaction is always crazy. So that song is one of those blessings. So big up to Watch It Music and producer them. And that was a rhythm that Ezran brought to me as well, as he named up the Forever song on that rhythm as well.
Forever and
Mhm.
always.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, amen,
And my
amen.
viewers, please go look on YouTube, Danglin. Keep on believing. Check that video out. All his videos are there. You've written for a lot of people, and I'd like you to run them down. I know you wrote for Gramps Morgan for his album. I'm
Well,
not
I
sure.
mean, there's
I can't
most of
remember
the
the name of the song.
lonely, lonely that was on his first album.
Yes.
That was on his first album, and just recently, but the writing thing is a different animal as far as to say like list a different things because most of the songs that I've written for people, most of the songs, there's so much politics in the music that
Yes.
I honestly it reaches to the point sometimes where when you write the song and then the song is ready to and then people start to talk so many different things and you say, you know what, just do just do what you do.
Just do what you're
So because
doing.
so I don't even so at this point no I don't even really even mention that to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The song that I mean the one with you,
Yes.
that
Well,
yeah that's
I was just
that
going to talk
let's
about
talk
that
about that.
one.
Let's talk
Yes.
about that. I really want to mention the rest of it.
I
But God
feel
big up
like,
Grand Smaller.
yes, man, big respect to Grabs. You
Hmm.
don't know. And the Morgan
Hmm.
family, love, love, love. You don't know.
Of course.
Um, yeah, as I can say, I was leaving this because Danglin came to me and said he had a song that he wanted to do. And we just had to get the rhythm for it and everything like that. And I was so honored, honest, I'll say this. I was so honored because, I mean, I've known you when I met you. And then I was so excited when you went on the road with the Whalers because it just, you just skyrocketed after that. And then to be able to sing the collaboration with you on my way, I felt honored. And I just want to say that was written by Danglin and produced by Dean Kahn and Maurice Gregory, Rimshot
Hmm.
Productions, Mass Track Productions. And it was an honor. And we were on the charts with that track for 36 weeks in Canada, and it hit #1.
Yeah.
So everybody go check that out. If you don't have it, on my way, Tanya Mullings and Danglin.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, I knew we were gonna do something from early on, but I think I wrote. I was checking in my email and I wrote another song. I had written another song for you, and I don't remember what rhythm it was on.
Another
That,
song,
'cause-
but I didn't hear
yeah,
that
I
one.
think
Yes.
even no, no, I think even on that same Jamaica, it wasn't the Jamaica We Love rhythm, the song that rhythm, but there was another song that I had written because in my email it said for Tanya Mullings, and I did the demo. I'm gonna find it and send it to you
Oh,
because I
so we got to
yeah,
do
because
that
I saw
one.
it.
We revamp
Yeah,
that one, the
but
next
it's
one.
it's just for you though. I'm not trying
Oh, okay. Well,
to.
you know what? Sing with me
Yeah,
again. We spent 36
no,
weeks
well,
on the chart and #1. Come on. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying. Yeah, it's time. It's your time now. Your time.
Me
Your
will take
time.
a solo one. Me not wrong that. Me not say no
Right,
to that.
of course. Yeah, I'm gonna find it because I remember seeing it in my email and it says demo, so I know that I wrote it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna forward it. I'm gonna forward it to you.
Oh, that's funny. It's
Yeah,
funny though. Then you look back and say, "Oh yeah, I remember this." Sometimes we always do stuff in it. That's what to my viewers. Sometimes you sit there and you do stuff and it doesn't come about, and then you move on to the next thing, and then things come up again. That's how it works. They're telling me I got
yeah.
3 minutes before we got to get out of here. The way the time fly. I want you
Whoa.
to let me know who would you like to collab with that you haven't collabed with, producer or artist, if you had the
Oh
chance.
wow. Um, I honestly, I really haven't even thought about that because me and Paul working together. I mean, I'm collabing with. I would love to collab with, all the producers out there that's ready to do some great music. But I'm working with the producer that I love working with. I've
Yeah,
worked with some great. I've worked with Clive Hunt. I've worked with some different. I've probably
Baldy
Baldy,
or
yeah, now we now return call, but at some point I
Baldy,
got
come on. I'm a friend, me call him for you.
right.
Answer
Yeah,
your
but there's
phone,
so
Baldy
many.
York.
You're right. There's so many producers out there that's so capable that I would love to work with. As far as artists, I just did a song recently with Max Juice, who is one of my favorites. But I would love to probably do another collaboration with Maxi and anyone. There's so many different. Me and Ezra
Yeah.
and I haven't done a song yet. So it's a lot of people. Hopefully in the future, you know, we get together and do some songs.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
will happen. Even Hezron and I were supposed to do something way back then too, and
yeah,
they got mixed up and it didn't happen. But nothing before its time. I know Paul Castick
right, right.
hates that saying when I say that.
Yeah, yeah. Me and Paul doing that. We're finishing up the African Pride album now, and we're supposed
Yes.
to release it this year, but because of the whole COVID thing, we have to push it till next year. And when you
Yeah.
have two perfectionists working on an album, it's man, it's never ending. But the
Yeah.
great thing is that every time um we get more time, we do some things where we are say, oh, if this wasn't on the album, this. So
Yes.
there's
And
a
like,
lot of songs to choose from. Yeah,
yeah, like
a
you
lot of
say,
songs.
you're a perfectionist too, and he is, and you're a producer as well. So when I say work with other producers, I know you can produce your own stuff as well.
Oh yeah, that is
Very
the
good at
greatest thing,
that.
and I
So it's
work.
kind of hard when you're working
Yeah, I
with other
love.
people and you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I love collabing, the collaborative effort because a lot of these songs you create from scratch and then you bring it to another mind, especially a mind like Paul or like a Clive Hunt, somebody who he produced "Give Me Love,"
Yes.
Clive Hunt did. Yeah, and we did a few more songs. It's so many songs. I look at my computer and say over 100 and something songs on there, and
Yeah, I know.
it's
You're bad on
like
the
yeah.
writing too. Fast.
So and there's so many, and then I look in my voice note thing that I write down all my ideas, and it's another 200-300. So
Wow.
I'm hoping that manifests into a big catalog, a Tracy Chapman like career, something that somebody with them own lane where no matter what decade you're in, you can go back and listen this Chapman,
Yes.
Sade, somebody like that,
Yes.
Yeah, man, Barry Salmon, people with, they're just great in
Yeah.
their own right. Hmm.
Yeah, man. But we got to get out of here. Thank you so much, Danglin, for being on the show. Again, shout out anybody you want to shout out and tell them quick where to follow you on Instagram or all social media.
Yeah, all my social media is at Danglin Music. Twitter, the real Danglin, because when I was in the Wheelers, there's a bunch of Danglin just pop up. So the real Danglin on Twitter and Facebook is just Danglin Music. And big up One Blood Card, big up Rebel Soul, Mason Ezra, big up Groove Galore, of course, big up the whole of Canada, the Tanya Mullings Show up, big up Blood, the whole of Montego Bay, the whole of Westmoreland, Jamaica, guys there. That's where I come from, So, yeah, much love to each and every one, man.
Big
Yeah.
up, Danglin. This show can also be heard on the Barn Burner Network on its 122 platforms. The H.E.R Network is a part of the Barn Burner Network. Please check out barnburner.ca for all the news and programming. Barn Burner, watch it, hear it, read it, download it, live it. It's the Tanya Mullings Show here each and every week, Sundays. Catch you same time, same place next week. Have a blessed evening. All take care. Bye.